Hello, good looking fellas. Take 2 of this Wyvern range guide. This is Alter here, going over every Slayer task in the game, one guide at a time. Right now we're ranging these Wyverns. So let's see, what are the minimum requirements for ranging Wyverns? It's going to be only 72 Slayers, so that's it. All you need is 72 Slayer. So if you're not there yet, keep training. Nothing too hard. But what are my recommended requirements? What does Alter recommend here? Well, I'm gonna recommend 80 plus ranged, fairy rings, and I put rune pouch on here. It's not really needed as much as the other two are. Just 80 ranged is mainly the main recommended requirements I would have. Rune pouch is just kind of nice. It saves you 1 inventory space, so not that big of a deal. Alright, now let's get into our gear setup. What are we wearing here today? Well, if you're on task, go ahead and bring your Slayer helm imbued. If you're not on task, go ahead and bring Archer's helm, Armadillo helmet, something like that. But Slayer helm imbued is definitely best in slot for Slayer tasks, obviously. Then we have the Amulet of Fury. This is a little bit of a budget setup here, really. I don't have that creative gear for ranged, but that's okay because I'll go over what you can take that is higher priced. So Amulet of Anguish, I think that's what it's called, will be better, and if you want to go cheaper, take a Glory. Now bring your best accumulator. I have the Assembler, obviously. That's what I'm going to be rolling with. You can bring your Ava's Attractor or Accumulator, doesn't matter. Then we're going to be taking diamond bolts. Broad bolts might actually be better because they're so much cheaper, but I didn't have any and I've seen people use diamond bolts, so it's not really going to hurt to use diamond bolts. They are a little more expensive though. Now I take a rune crossbow, which is that's probably as low as you can go. They're 10k. So you might want to upgrade to a dragon crossbow for 7.5 mil, or an armadillo crossbow, which I would guess is like 20 or 30 mil. And or the best in slot here is going to be obviously that dragon hunter crossbow, so if you have that, definitely bring it. Then for the top and legs, we just have armadillo and ceridome and chaps. They're equivalent. They have the equivalent range bonus to black d'hide, so just wear your best d'hide, or if you want to go up more, bring armadillo top and bottom. And for the shield, we're going to be rolling with the elemental shield. Now the reason we're not using our DFS is because the DFS actually gives negative range bonus, but if you have one, you could definitely get away with rocking the DFS instead. But if you have an elemental shield, since they are free, you can get one with your battered book, battered key, 4 coal, and hammer and pickaxe down in the elemental workshop. I'll have a guide out for that, how to re-get one. But anyways. Next, I take Samurai d'hide boots. Just bring your best ranged boots. If you want to go a little bit cheaper, since these are like 1 or 2 mil, go ahead and bring snake hide boots, or Pegasian boots, or even ranger boots, even though they're about the same price as Pegasians. For bracelet, I bring my expeditious bracelet. You could replace this with Barrow's gloves or your best Barrow's gloves if you do want a bonus. I just bring this almost every Slayer task because I like fast tasks. You could replace this with a bracelet of slaughter, or combat bracelet, or Barrow's gloves, just whatever your preference is. Then I rock the Archer's ring imbued. You could also bring, like, there's not really much other rings you could bring. If you want to bring a ring of dueling for the teleport out or something, because these are kind of expensive, you can do that. It doesn't really matter. They're not that big of a deal. Alright, now let's go over what we have in our inventory. I'm going to be taking 1 range potion. Now, since ranging trips can last a really long time, you might want to bring like up to 4 or 5, to be honest. Then I bring a stamina potion, which you might want to bring like 1 dose, because I'm going to drop it. Probably, I would if I was going to stay there forever. Then I just bring 3 food, because we're going to be safe spotting these bad boys, so you don't really need much food. Then I teleport out. In this case, I bring the max cape. If you have a max cape, definitely bring it. But this could be like house teleports, a ring of dueling, just any way you want to teleport out. And then we have the Drayman staff and the Ardoin cloak for fairy rings. Any way you want to get to a fairy ring, just whatever however you want to do it. Maybe there's a ring in your house, maybe you have Slayer rings, any way you want to do it. These are just for example. You don't have to have fairy rings to get here. Next, I bring the rune pouch, and if you don't have a rune pouch, I would at least bring your alching runes and be on the standard, because you're definitely going to want to alch if you're going to be here a long period of time. So these are pretty important. Alright, well, let me bank these and we'll get on the road. So what we want to do is teleport to our closest fairy ring. In this case, it's going to be my POH. And I'll be showing you guys how to get there. So go ahead and configure your ring here. The code is going to be AIQ, and that's going to take us to Mudskipper Point. Now if we look on the map here, we're at Mudskipper Point, and that's right by this dungeon here is where the wyverns are going to be. So all we have to do is run north to this dungeon. Now if you don't have fairy rings or just don't want to use them, you could go ahead and set your house in Remington and just buy house tabs at the GE and just run down here to the cave. Or you could come to Port Serum, run down. You could run down with the Amulet of Glory teleport from Drainer, and if you really wanted to, you could run down from Falador. Now, I don't know if you actually need to take your dose of stamina pot or not. I just take one in case, I guess. You might not need one, to be honest. You might just barely make it. So, yeah. We're just going to simply run there. And I'm just going to take it anyways. I really don't know if we need it or not, but you can judge for yourself if you'll need a stamina pot. Maybe Armadillo weighs more than D'hide. In that case, you might need a stamina pot. Now, once we get here, I'm going to open up my map again and show you, because, and I'll explain a few things, because ranging is a little bit more complex. I don't personally range. I melee. I have a melee guide if you prefer to melee. I don't know, ranging is great, but melee, man, I don't know, I just like it better. But you know, it comes down to personal preference. Alright, so this is where we climb down the ladder. You simply just want to run around the cave, and right here are the skeletal wyverns. You'll see this little door. You can't miss it. And there's nothing too high level in here that you should have to worry about if you're considering killing wyverns. So if you're off task, then you're gonna want to wait at this door for about, I think it's 20 minutes. And the way you can test if it's ready to go, if you're ready to go in or not, is you'll enter and they'll aggro on you. If they aggro on you, then you're not ready to go in here and kill them. You'll want to wait till they off aggro you so that you can lure them to their spots. So I'm gonna pause the recording and come back and show you that spot for off task. But first we'll go ahead and run to the Slayer spot, which right when you enter the cave, just go to your left and there will be this little staircase here. Now you don't have to wait for them to off aggro to actually safe spot them here. And all you're gonna do is stand on this corner. If you look at the door, your square is right here. The door here is 3 squares. So you just want to stand on the 3rd square closest to Peeve or whoever the other guy is for you. Whoever this Slayer Master is here. And then all you want to do is attack them after sipping your ranged potion. Now, I'll go over what they drop, and if you do want to do the safe spot down here, just keep watching, or I'll put a time on screen that you can see how you would kill these off task. And you can just click there, but other than that, I'm gonna have to wait 20 minutes. If you don't want to wait 20 minutes, just go ahead and bring a full inventory of food and kill them like normal. And by the time you're out of food, they should be off aggroed and you'll be ready to just safe spot the rest. So yeah, while we're waiting anyways, I'll go ahead and explain exactly. I'll go ahead and show you guys some drops these wyverns have. They have really good drops. They're worth killing always, in my opinion. I always feel like they're worth killing. I mean, they're not the most profitable, but they're always pretty profitable. I would say they're about at least 750k an hour, especially with better gear. They might be 1 mil an hour with better gear. At least I get 750,000 gold an hour at least when I melee them. I would assume ranging would be about the same. So I'll show the drops on screen. They have a 1 in 10,000 chance to drop a Draconic Visage. They also drop Dragon Plate Legs at 1 in 256. It says 1 in 500 and something, but that's for both of them. So you divide that number by 2. And other than that, their common drops are really what you want. They drop great stuff all the time. Like first drop there is 16k. That's pretty decent for just a regular drop. But yeah, that's it. You just wait for this one Wyvern to spawn, and then you run back to this third spot here. It's nothing too complicated. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording, and if you guys do want to see how to safe spot them down here in the ranging side, just go ahead and keep watching. So alright boys, to wrap up the rest of this guide, if you're off task or just feel like killing them down here, there's multiple safe spots to use down here. You can use the door, which is a safe spot here and here, or you can use a safe spot over here, and there's even a safe spot over here, and there's actually one over there too. But for this guide, we're gonna go over how to lure them over here, because that pretty much explains how to do them in every spot. So well, you really wait for them to spawn, especially in most worlds. People are crowded as heck in here, so you'll catch them right when they spawn and won't have to worry about them moving. So we're gonna see if we can get him. So you're gonna shoot one, and the thing is, you want to get him caught over there. If we can get him caught, I think he's stuck on this other Wyvern here. In this case, we're just gonna run this way and get him caught on this wall right here. Okay, good. And then we're gonna run up, and he's gonna attack us, and we're just gonna walk back until he can't attack us anymore. So that might be a 1 square for you. That might be a few squares back. This should work. Yeah, he's stuck on this guy. But the main thing that makes this easy is right when they spawn, you just want to tag them. That way you won't have to worry about luring and stuff. So I think he's caught right behind here. We're going to see if he's going to be the one to spawn right over here. It's a little more complex down here. Up here for on task is super easy. So we'll see if he spawns and where he's going to spawn for us. Finish him off real quick. It's a pretty good drop. So you do have time to run over. The minute he spawns, we're gonna tag him, or we could just tag this guy. He's right where we need him to be. So it's a little more complex. This is when you'll struggle the most, is when you want to get one down and get them to spawn again. So see, he's stuck. I think we just walk 1 square back, however many squares, just inch your way away from them, because you actually have like 1 or 2 more ranged distance than they do. So that's the thing about this, is you want to catch them when they spawn. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going over it. That's pretty much the guide though, guys. If you did enjoy and this helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe. As always, guys, I'll see you on the next one. I'll keep going over it now though. If you are confused down here, I'll do a couple more kills. So yeah, for those of you who stayed, how's your day been? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see if this guy actually spawns here, and then we're just gonna tag him. We should have enough time to pick up our drops. So you really wait 20 minutes to lose aggro, or just tank them with more food, and that's how you do that. So ranging is a little more complex, but not much. Alright, so we should have time to go ahead and pick up our drops. Now I assume he's the one who spawned over here. I hope so. Yeah. So then he spawns, you tag him again, and he spawns in the spot where he gets stuck on these rocks. And then you just run and keep inching your way away until you find the sweet spot where he cannot attack you anymore. And well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next guide.